Let's check out shares of Boeing now. Soaring today thanks to a big call from RBC. Analysts initiating the stock with an outperform rating, a $164 price target. That's more than 20% higher than where it closed today. RBC saying its forecast is based on the expectation that air traffic will rebound by 2021. That's next year. And the 737 MAX is reinstated by the third quarter of this year. And we're almost there now. So is there really a light at the end of the tunnel for Boeing, or is the stock still not cleared for takeoff? I know you love all these puns and things. Guy, what do you say?
It's still not clear. I like that. Still, it's very clever. Hopefully that you came up with that on your own.
I cannot profess. I can't claim credit for the clever lines of some, very talented segment producers here in Englewood Cliffs.
So I know you read the piece, and what I'll say is, they made a big deal about their defense portion of the company, which is something that Tim has been saying for quite some time, and we have mentioned that it's totally being overlooked. So I get the note, and I understand what they're trying to do. What I would say is this: I thought the stock was headed back to 100 on a beeline. I think it got down to 115. Obviously, we've seen the bounce. This level we're at now, for you playing at home, I mean, this is basically smack dab 50% retracement of that, this recent ratchet up high of 180 that we saw, and then March 23rd low of, I think it was 89 or so. So you get to choose here, 135. You can stay long against 135. You could say, you know what, there's another leg lower. I'm in another leg lower camp, but I could understand why you would be optimistic. But, label me a skeptic.
Grasso, what should we label you?
I'll try to be a realist on this. I hear exactly what Guy's talking about. When you look at the revenues here, you have $32 billion coming from commercial airplanes. Then you have 26 basically coming from defense, space, and security. So pick your poison. Guy likes that one too. Do you think that the defense, space, and security, as Tim has pointed out, is going to be strong enough to bridge that gap for when the commercial airline business comes back in? The stock's down 57%. The 50-day moving average is 135. I think use that as your barometer. You want to get long here. If it trades at or below 135, exit the trade. If you want to take a shot at it here, then be my guest. I would not be getting long. I don't know if that commercial airline business comes back anytime soon. And I think if that's their top revenue maker, I think that's going to be a headwind going forward.
Steve is like a one-man band when it comes to fast money games tonight. I mean, it's just one after the other after the other. Tim Seymour, do you agree with third quarter recertification of the MAX, and is that important to your thesis for Boeing?
It's part of a thesis. It's certainly part of a bullish thesis. I don't think it has to be part of the bearish thesis. Look, today you heard Southwest Air. Love was out there. They are certainly one of the best positioned airlines right now, saying we've got $13 billion in cash. We're discussing damages with Boeing, and we're discussing new deliveries. So they're also the guys that talked about deferring. So, I mean, but the point is that this is a time when I think airlines are starting to think about, look, the entire country is starting to reopen. We don't know what the pace is, but the best of breed balance sheets within the airline sector are certainly going back to work at some point. And therefore, that's the same reason why I think we don't care what 2020 earnings are, frankly, right? We've already kicked it out to probably looking at where we begin to normalize towards the end of 2021. And I think that's the most important dynamic for Boeing here. Yes, you want to get 737 back, but I thought today's announcements were indicative of the kind of news you're going to see that's going to be bullish for Boeing.